Thanks for joining me again today here in the Creepy Crawler's Garage for another daily update. And all of our attention today has been focused on the interior of the TRX-Z project. So let's go ahead and head into the garage and take a look right after this quick intro. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's go ahead and get the checklist up over here on the side, along with all the check marks showing what we've completed on the TRX4 so far. And today our focus, like I had said before, has been on the interior of this truck. Basically, everything else we need to get done with this truck is gonna be based off of that interior. We need it done first. So what I thought we'd do is we'd kind of talk about it from the outside, then we'll go ahead and get the body off and look at it from the inside, what we've got done today. And actually, before we do that, I did want to mention I have been started weathering the truck body itself. So you can see I weathered up the logo a little bit, and I've started adding some weather to the side of the truck just to start seeing what that's going to look like. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've been doing with the interior from the outside. And the main thing that we're probably going to look at for that is the turret, the 50 cal gun and on its turret. So basically what I've got is here, let me pull the gun off. I used some PVC pipe because my little micro servo for the gun itself fit right down the center of a piece of PVC. And then I capped it off with some styrene here so that I could screw into it. And then I ended up cutting down just some legs out of the PVC like this. If I left the full PVC pipe, it was just too intrusive. I like it better where you can see through it. It's not as intrusive, and I think this gives us a good backbone for the turret. Obviously, this isn't our final turret. It needs a lot more work, a lot more detail and a lot more work to it, but it gives us a good backbone for the turret. With the gun back mounted on the turret, I can slide it in the window, and you can kind of get a look at what it's going to look like. Let me see if I can get it all in here. There we go. It's going to be sitting about right here, I think. And to me, I think that looks pretty perfect as far as the size and everything else goes. Obviously, it's going to be able to turn like this once it's mounted in, but I think that's going to be about the perfect size for the gun. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know some of you still think it's a little too big. I think it works out pretty well. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But anyways, let me go ahead and get that back out. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about just real quick before we pull the body off is what I ended up having to do because of the way the gun sits in here, kind of along the edge here. The dash we were going to use actually got in the way of the gun. So what I did is I just cut it down. Basically, I just cut a section off and then capped off the end there. And now the dash is just going to sit on the driver's side. And then I wanted to mention also, I have plans of really making this more futuristic because this is going to be a cyberpunk world that's going through an apocalypse. So this world is a cross of two things, right? It's a Mad Max style apocalyptic world, but in a cyberpunk setting. So we got a lot of Mad Max elements, I guess you could say, but then we're also going to be high technology because this is the future and like I said, like a cyberpunk world. So I'm going to put a lot of computer monitors and things like that. In fact, take a look at this picture. This is probably something like what I want to go for. Probably not as much detail throughout the interior, but something to this effect where we'll have PCs and big screens and things like that. And I'm going to do that to this dash also, basically over on the driver's side. Anyways, I wanted to mention that. Now, you know what? One thing I want to do before we pull the body off, I just want to do a quick test. I think this will be a good idea. So I don't know if you guys know this, but YouTube, when you post a video to YouTube, they compress the video and it really changes the way it looks. Mainly, it makes it a lot darker. So what I wanted to do before we pull the body off, this is just a test for me and a test for you guys to let me know how it looks. I want to set all my video settings that I want to use or how I want to have them set for the series, for CCG 3000 AD. I want to go ahead and set those real quick. Let's take a look at it. And let's see how bad YouTube messes this up and if we need to change those settings. So this is basically a test. All right, good deal. Now let me know how that looked to you guys, or if it was too dark, or what you guys think. But now with that done, let's go ahead and pull the body off and take a look at the inside. So basically, I've just been building these platforms for the interior. So this is basically what everything's going to sit on. So like on this passenger side, we're going to have a seat about right in that area. And the turret's going to mount about in here, I think is about right, somewhere right in here. So we'll be able to have a figure sitting, and this is too tall at the moment. I'm actually gonna have to shorten these legs a little bit. I left them long so that I had material and then I can figure out how tall they need to be. This is actually, it's gonna sit a little lower. So the figure in the chair will be able to, will put his hands on the gun so when it turns, he'll be controlling the aim of the gun. But anyways, that's going to sit about right there. And then we'll probably put video monitors here that the gunner's using and stuff like that on the backside here, do a bunch of electronics and stuff like that. And then also, I think I wanted to mention too, I'm going to leave. So I talked about building a full center console here. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave the motor exposed. I think that gives it a real Mad Max look and a futuristic look. Because keep in mind, this truck, in the setting it's going to be in, is going to be at minimum 80 years old. So basically what's happened is we've taken an old truck and we've retrofitted with an electric motor and all this other stuff. So I want to leave that, but if we're doing that in an apocalyptic world, what we would do is just cut everything out and then put the electric motor in. So I want to leave it exposed, but I think you're going to use this flat piece of the battery tray to put like laptops and computers or whatever right here for the driver, for the gunner. Then of course we're going to have a video monitor for the periscope system sitting here. But anyways, I just wanted to mention that because I had talked about building a center console over the motor. I think it'll be cooler if it's left exposed. Anyways, let me go. This other seat, the driver's seat, is actually going to sit somewhere like that. And then we'll have the dash that's going to be just sitting right here. In fact, let me turn it so you can kind of see a little better. The dash will be sitting right in here-ish, and you can see the dash itself is only going to be for the driver. So I think I'll kind of build this out almost like a cockpit, like an airplane's cockpit with all the LEDs and monitor screens and all that kind of thing on it for the driver. But anyways, I think that's about the plan, and this is where I've gotten so far. Oh, I wanted to mention, I did remove all the electronics, so I've got the ESC and the receiver, and like I was mentioning, I am going to mount them up front here somewhere. Somewhere up front, we'll just mount that stuff under the hood where you won't see it. But I am waiting to do that because if you remember, we've got the pop-up missile launchers that are going to be up front here also. So I've got to have all the mechanism for that. I got to get that built first because I want to make sure I don't want to mount the ESC here and then it's dead in the way of the mechanism I need to use to pop up those missile launchers. So anyways, that's why I haven't mounted those electronics up front yet. I want to wait until I have those mechanisms working and then I know where I can mount them and how I can mount them. Also, this is not the receiver we're going to be using because remember, we're going to be using a 6 or 8 channel receiver because we've got so much going on. So I'm using a completely different radio from the Traxxas radio with a different receiver. So that I don't have that yet. The one I do have is actually fried, so I have to get a new one. But that's going to mount up here again after we get all that mechanism built. So let me know what you think about the interior so far. Again, I'm going to keep it pretty bare bones, kind of apocalyptic, but then with that cyberpunk twist with all the high-tech technology, computers and monitors, video monitors, and all that kind of thing. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. If you have any ideas, of course, let me know down below also. And before we go, I just wanted to mention real quick that I ran to the post office earlier today, and D&D Sports had told me they had sent out some more bumper mounts so we can build some different bumpers for the TRX4. So basically, we can have the city bumper, like the big one we have there. Then we can also build a trail bumper with a winch and a bunch of different bumpers for different occasions. And he had sent me a new set of bumper mounts so that we could do that, and which he did. And so I just want to say a big thank you that he sent out another set of bumper mounts. And in fact, he didn't send out another set of bumper mounts. He sent out 4 sets of bumper mounts, which is way more than I was expecting. This is so amazing. I can't just say how much I appreciate this. I really do how much I appreciate this. And I just got to mention again, guys, if you need Traxxas parts, go check out D&D Sports. I'll leave the link down in the description again. If you need anything Traxxas, go hit them up. I can't say thank you enough. I was expecting a set of bumper mounts, not 4. So it's kind of exciting. We have the ability now where we can build 4, and these are sets too, so it's front and back. So if we want, we can build 4 sets or actually 5 sets of front and back bumpers, which I think's Great. That'll be awesome because now we can build a bumper set for every occasion. If we need to go out on the trails, if we need to go in the city, if I need to build a bumper that has more storage in it for the back or even in the front. I can use one of the back bumpers up front if we need to put a hitch up front. Like, this gives us so much leeway as far as all the bumpers go and creating bumpers for different scenarios. So I can't say thank you enough to D&D Sports. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for joining me again for another daily update. I really appreciate all the support on the series, and thank you for the support and the good feedback, the positive feedback on the teaser trailer from a couple days ago. I really do appreciate that. I'm glad you guys liked it. I will be doing more teaser trailers, longer ones, as we have more material, as we have more vehicles and things. I'm going to just keep building out that teaser trailer, so look forward to that. In fact, I'm going to work on that this weekend, so look forward for that probably Monday or next week sometime to kind of start seeing again what this series is going to look like, including the clip earlier when we kind of created all the settings we needed for the series, or what I want to use for the series. So stuff like that. I'm going to keep testing stuff like that on the channel before December, before we start releasing this. So everything, all the kinks and everything's worked out. And I'm relying on you guys, and I really appreciate it to help me with input. So do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it too dark? Is it too, I appreciate all the support and all the feedback that you guys give me. So expect more of that coming up before we reach the December deadline for when the series come out. And once the series comes out, you guys can sit back, relax, and just enjoy. And I really do appreciate all the input you guys are giving me. So hit that like button again. Leave me the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to be part of this also. You know, you don't want to miss, ring the bell and hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.